So I think we came together today to chat a little bit about the topic of the embodiment of divine feminine and what that means.
What
Oh man,
what does that mean?
what does it mean? No, okay. I'm just gonna get more comfortable.
Get comfortable.
I don't want to be so formal.
No, it's good. What does that mean? I even forgot what you said.
Okay. Do we have to? I was gonna ask you, do we have to announce the topic each? We probably should. So then if people, yeah, we can be like, we're talking about this.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can be like, yeah, I think we can announce the topic. I think you do a good job of that. Okay, hold on, my hair just is okay. We are good.
Okay, today we're coming together to discuss what it feels like and means to be in the embodiment of our divine feminine energy.
Yeah.
And it's sort of a build up within your system, within your heart, your mind, body, soul. It eventually takes over every aspect of you within this beautiful life journey. And I know this is not maybe a life path for everybody, but I know for a fact that every human on earth will balance their inner divine feminine energies and their inner divine masculine energies. There's just some people on the planet at this time, I believe, residing more in the embodiment of feminine.
Yeah, I agree.
In order, I feel as well, in order to come fully into our divine feminine form and to, share this love with the world and with other people, you do have to actually come from a place of balanced masculine. And I
Hmm.
know for me, I went through a lot of masculine transformation in order to thrive in my feminine. And I know you have a similar soul path as mine.
Yeah, definitely. For sure. And it's funny how how that happened in this, like in, even growing up as a child. I was so, I was raised with three older brothers. It was funny how my soul took me, the journey that my soul took me on. I was just surrounded by masculine energy. So I was in my masculine from a very young age. And
That's
so in order to heal out of that masculine energy, not heal out of it, but to balance that masculine energy and start to come into the feminine energy was, it was very difficult for me because of being stuck in that, that masculine energy for so many years to finally come into that receiving, nurturing, loving, divine feminine energy. It took a lot. It took a lot to embody,
so,
that's for sure.
yeah, I feel like, throughout my ages, my younger years growing up, what I wanted to say is, I'd also be sensitive and feminine, but I was always raised to sort of be really highly independent
Yeah.
and to just go for what I wanted and to be very strong in that. And which is like, can come across as extremely intimidating, not only to friendship circles, but community groups. And so I've had to really heal away from that really strong. It's a powerful energy. And there's a lot of very powerful masculines, for example, on the planet right now, but it's all about balance, harmonizing the system,
I agree.
and to come from that heart centered place of love. And what you said about being receptive, I think that was one of my biggest life lessons so far within this life path is to
Yeah.
be open and receptive to receiving.
Absolutely. I feel like a lot of feminine struggle with that to being open and receptive because, it's not something, it's just something that kind of, has been suppressed or is not, just was programmed. We were just programmed differently here, where it was just something that I don't know, I was just raised not to be receptive, or open. So to be this open, like I just feel like a flower, like just to be this open and receptive woman is incredible, and it's so reciprocal. Like I strive to even create that dynamic with other people. I want people to be, I try to help people to be open and receptive, especially when it comes to other women. It's important to have, but it takes a lot of healing to come into
It
that
does. I
place.
love how you use the visual as like the flower opening because it is like a continuous opening of like different aspects of our body and our cells as well. Because our cells actually are very closed off when you're moving through the healing journey and you've been through so much trauma, lifetime after lifetime. A lot of the cells themselves actually shut down, is the visual that I've been shown within the past. And it's all about opening up again and rejuvenating and recharging the entire energetic system and vortex. And that's actually what's coming online for a lot of women out there, because I know we're not the only ones that have struggled with this.
No,
essentially our
it's so
entire
true.
lives. It's not even a struggle. It was more of like a learning or like a life lesson to know what it's like to be in your full embodiment of masculine energies, and then doing like a slow transition into integrating something more.
It's very true. And I feel like a lot of, the divine feminines that, had to heal out of their, not out of, but to come into more of alignment with our feminine energy, we faced so many hardships. And I know you and I've spoken about, we had to face that, those major hardships to help align us and bring us into embody that divine feminine energy, like facing financial issues and homelessness and like all of this, like these painful experiences really shaped, I know for myself, shaped me into my divine feminine energy and out of the masculine energy. It was like a major propelling out of that masculine energy where I actually had to come into faith and trust and to receive and, where my intuition came online and where I really began to listen to what was taking place because there was so much going on around me. So it forced me into my divine feminine energy where I was like, I really had to connect inward. It was really interesting how my soul took me on that journey.
Me as well. So I was working at a university before I became bedbound and got really sick, and my whole body essentially shut down to be like literally knock me out of that state of being to be like go 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 work hard, make money. It's all about finances and how you look in the world, and just that really strong, again, masculine power to be like bedbound, laying there independent, nobody around, and to
Yeah,
really just sink back into that sensitivity. And again, to open, it's like a major heart opening. And that's when I think in your darkest and most like quietest moments, that's when the heart truly does open,
yeah,
because you actually give it a chance to do so. Because when we're so busy, again, focused on all the external noise and succeeding in the 3D world, because it's very much it can be a cutthroat world. That's for sure.
absolutely.
I've been very much ingrained in the 3D, and then finally when you release yourself from that and you come back into your body, that's when you grow into that embodiment of, essentially, it almost feels like, I want to say, Mother Mary energy, or very like nurturing energy of your own soul. And I know that a lot of feminines are actually channeling that type of energy through them
Yeah,
at this time on the planet, is that really abundant Mother Mary, almost like Mother Teresa. What are some of the other like ascended figures that you can think of? But just that type of very
absolutely.
sensitive and nurturing energy.
No, I agree. And that was actually one of the things that I know we wanted to even talk about today was how, you know, a lot of the feminines go through the physical, like we go through such deep physical transitions, like, through, autoimmune or disease or discomfort, some sort of discomfort within the body, to help really ground. I feel like, a lot of feminines are experiencing the physical, a lot of physical sensation. And the
A
reason
lot of people,
and the
yes.
reason why I feel that we go through, I know for you and I, we both did, like you said, we just like it hit us like a freight train, came out of nowhere. I know for me, I struggled with neurological symptoms for years. And it was just,
Mhm.
and it was enough to literally just like slam me into the body so that I could feel so deeply within the physical and then also while I'm anchoring. I feel like it was my anchor to be so anchored in the physical, feeling so much while I'm anchoring in all of my spiritual knowledge and everything that needed to come through. It just went hand in hand because a lot of, women are like, well, why aren't the divine masculines going through it so physically? Well, they are, but in a completely different, in a completely
The
different
different,
aspect. They're literally working through the 3D physical while we're working through, on a more spiritual level through the physical body and, you know,
yeah. And a lot of the masculines as well, I find, are working back into that sensitivity, more
right.
into that self-love. So they're coming out of, that physical embodiment of the strong masculine. And again, they also are balancing their inner feminine just as much as a lot of the very strong feminines are.
Yeah.
And for me, I also had to go through a significant amount of bodily pain, like excruciating bodily pain,
Yeah.
in order to be embodied again, because I had so many soul fragments of myself, my higher soul, out of body. And I lived that way for years, like due to current life trauma, past life trauma, so many
Right.
other things, right? This
Right.
is about everybody else on the planet is witnessing the same thing within themselves. But then in order to come back into my heart space and to be able to tap into my intuition, what had to come online? A lot of those triggered pain points within the body, and to have my focus on those pain points, to be able to be like, okay, well, it's my feet today, or it's my head today, or even I know a lot of other feminines struggle with a lot of mental health issues and moving
Right.
through really like highs and lows of emotion.
Yeah,
And from like a 3D perspective, and even from a therapist perspective, it does look very bipolar in nature, very unstable, but this is the way in which actually the human does heal. And we have to
absolutely.
give ourselves the space to do so without um, just throwing medication or constant therapy in people's faces. Like there has to be this beautiful space given for people to, take that step back. And it has to be independent, I believe, as well. Like obviously we can seek help from, therapy and other coaches and mentors, but a lot of the soul work
Yeah,
is done very, this,
yeah, I do.
alone. Yes.
Absolutely. No, I agree. A lot of it has to be taken alone, because there's so much internal processing that's going on. And one of the biggest things that I know, working with people and knowing is that one of the, and I know for myself, it just felt like there was two different the nervous system is constantly rewiring. And so like one aspect, and like you said, it does feel very bipolar because at one point you could be, feeling, very good and you're feeling in alignment, and then boom, up jumps the devil, and then you're dealing with this side, and it's like, you're dealing with all of the, old behaviors and patterns and beliefs and all of the, the negativity that's coming in, because the nervous system is completely rewiring to balance out those masculine and feminine energies. And also depending on how much trauma and how much, yeah, trauma that we've endured here on planet Earth or past life trauma,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
going to, there's a lot of rewiring that needs to take place. And I feel like, especially within the body, there's, when we're exposed to trauma, where is trauma held? It's held inside the body.
It's
People don't really,
trapped within the
it's,
cells, within the organs,
yeah,
within aspects of even within the neural pathways I've seen within the brain. They hold on to memory like none other. You think you've forgotten about something. No, it's still there. Like it's still
absolutely.
within your bones. And that's why also a lot of people I feel like experience bone pain
Right,
as well. And is it's not only ancestral and it's passed on from, family line to family line, but all that's coming out of your bones.
right.
And so these major energy influxes, like solar energies come in.
Yeah,
I know I've had lots of clients, and myself included, complain about excruciating bone pain or bone shifting,
right.
popping. It's because it's, yeah, the center of us. It's like our foundation that's shifting
Absolutely.
to harmonize. Essentially, our entire energy vortex is harmonizing, as hard as it is to move through pain and again through this emotional turbulence. It's how we heal. That's
No,
what we
it's
came to.
it's so true. And I was actually been having a conversation with a friend today about how, yes, like I know flare-ups suck so bad. Oh, I don't wish flare-ups on anybody, but when we're going through these energies, I just, to know that these energies come into the very core of us, and it's going to completely, it's going to permeate the field, and it's going to bring up everything. So it's going to bring up, autoimmune flare-ups, and it's going to bring up, really uncomfortable symptoms, but it is helping release that from the system. It's the only way that these, the cells can be released and the cells can heal and rejuvenate and, heal to such a higher vibration, is because this energy comes in and it permeates the field, and it doesn't feel good. Like nothing about this journey feels good. I mean, it does, but then when you're in the very depths of healing, it doesn't feel good. It just, on a physical
Doesn't.
level, on a spiritual level, the mental and emotional, it feels, you're getting rocked at
It
every
literally
level.
feels like little volcanoes are going off all over your body at different areas at different times. And you'll even begin to witness it being cyclical in nature. Like
Right,
each day you may notice, the same pains happening at similar times. And you'll
right,
become more and more in tune within your own body. And that's the whole point, actually, is to be able to become in tune with energy, because this is the next level. Life existence on planet Earth is not only to be, in our physical embodiment as humans, but also anchor in that spiritual embodiment, which is also really tied into femininity, your divine feminine power and energy. And as much as we've been through, girl, I would do it all over again,
I
a million
agree.
times over. to be
I
able to
totally agree
experience
with you. And
what
I
it
hope that, whoever's tuning into this today, that might even give them a little bit of faith and insight, knowing that I would do this over again, just to
oh,
feel what I feel today and to be who I am today in this embodied feminine energy, just to feel embodied. I would do this over and over again. I would. And although I'm not done yet. I'm not out of the
no,
woods quite yet,
no,
but I would do it, and it's been hell. And I know you and I have both walked through the trenches. We've walked through the depths of the soul, and that is walking through our own personal hell. And but I will do it again and again just to feel and to be who I am today. And I think that's the most important really thing we could take away from any of this is just that.
so beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be able, it's like you said before, to be able to go through hell to anchor in our own heaven on earth. And I do want to let everyone know as well,
Yeah.
once you do start feeling the new earth, the higher frequencies, you're feeling good, you're feeling blissful. So to the 5D frequencies,
Right.
healing doesn't stop. Healing
No.
continues. It's not like you reach a point and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm some embodied, ascended master in human form.
Yeah.
Well, yes, you are, but you're always going to continue to heal. Even when you leave this earth,
Yeah.
the soul continues to transition. So
So
it's
true.
just such a beautiful journey.
Yeah, it is, and it's full of surprises. Sometimes things are
Oh
just
yeah,
gonna enter your field really quickly, and but then as you continue to heal, you have, the tools, and you have, the self-love. You really do have so much love for yourself and compassion for other people, where it makes it so much easier, and that's big too, you know.
and you also have the higher level support. There are so many of your ancestors and higher aspects of you. And if you believe in some sort of God or source or universal energies that support you,
Yeah,
you're wrapped right now. You're bubbled. Even
it's
in your pain and darkness,
mhm,
there is higher energies with you in every breathing moment. And
it's
that's what you'll begin to discover more and more as well
Yeah,
too. So
and it helps develop your faith and your trust in God and within yourself and your team. And it just, you do as you walk, further along this journey, you embody such a faith and trust in God, in the universe, or whatever, whoever you choose to believe in, or whatever you believe in. You just embody such a beautiful trust and within yourself, and you feel safe, a safety, as a
yes,
divine
and I
feminine
love what
energy.
you said. It's a
Yeah.
safety within yourself. It's not something that you'll ever have to seek again from another person or a resource, or let's say like a therapist. These all are wonderful, beautiful things. Of course, they are here to support us. But at the end of the day,
Yeah.
what you're going home with is that own self support, self trust. And I love that you mentioned that. That's
Yeah.
such a great point to
Yeah.
end on, I think. So.
Thank you. Yeah, it's true. Developing that beautiful safety within, and that's everything, it's everything. So awesome.
That's it for today. Thanks for joining us, everybody, and sending you a lot of love.